Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another walk and talk. Today the topic is called the deluded Man United fan. Deluded or delusional, however you want to call it. And in this case I'm talking about myself. Okay, let's get into it. Well, I'm still not convinced about the so-called Carrick ball, the Michael Carrick. I like him as a good guy, but he's nothing like Amorim. He's a good guy, he knows how to talk, but I think his football knowledge or his system is limited, and you're starting to see that. The problem is the same problem that Amorim had with his system. But with his system you could see some kind of structure. Slowly but surely you could see it, in my opinion. But he didn't get the players he needed to complete, to make it all go well. I mean, forget last season. Talk about this season. This season, we since it started, we had statistically, we had the best attacking, the best forward movement, and but the problem is, with all those chances we gave away, and I'm talking about 100%ers, we've had a lot of chances. Let's talk about a game that every Amorim hater uses. To why he got sacked. Well, he got sacked because he spoke his mind, first of all, right? He got sacked because he knew we couldn't continue the way it was, with the players we had. So we've needed new players for the winter transfer time, for fuck's sake. But you see now exactly the problem Amorim had coming back. The reason why Amorim played Fernandes as a 6 most of the time is exactly what you see yesterday, exactly what you see against West Ham. There's nothing happened in our forward movement. Manu, and I like Manu as a person for sure, I mean as a player, whatever, but where was he yesterday? Where was he against West Ham? Same with Casemiro. Last 2 games he just took the time out. Our players, what they can do is limited. When we play at Man City, still everyone is on a high because we keep winning, which is a good thing. Why do we win? Because we've got a strong attack. We've got good players for that. And when Amorim was sacked, when Mike Carrick had his first game, and that's what I'm saying now, call me deluded or not, we would have won that game without a fucking manager as well, because all the players were still drilled to Amorim's tactics, to the structure. They had his fitness. All that from game to game is going to disappear, and it's going to be back to last season, the season before, Ten Hag season. You saw that against, we really had, if you really look at it, we were lucky against Arsenal London. I'm not trying to take anything away. I'm a Man United supporter since 1984. Mate, that's fucking 40 years, 42 years. And I know what I'm seeing. Maybe I can't fucking express everything the way I want to, but what I saw under Amorim is a lot of great halves, but never a full, or seldomly a full game where you would say from beginning to end, oh, that was great. But there was loads of halves, and I'm in groups and all that, Man United online groups, and people were, oh, you've never seen such a great football in 10 years, blah blah blah. It seems to be forgotten how we played. at some point. And it was just like one half, great football, second half, dead. But it's also on the players. And now, with every game, the handwriting of Amorim is disappearing more and more and more. They talk about giving the players more freedom to express themselves, but that's what you get. That's what you get. That's why I call it Carrick's freedom ball. And it's not going to work, especially against low block teams. And somehow everyone is playing low block now against us because they know we're not good against low block teams. Man City and Arsenal didn't play a low block. That's why we had the space for counter-attacks. But I tell you, it's going to disappear, all of that, from game to game, because the structure is missing and the discipline. And again, don't get me wrong, I like Carrick, I like Menu, but we don't have enough good players to keep winning. So far we've been lucky, but it's just a few elements that's missing, you know what I mean? Like in the midfield. Still, the midfield is our weak point. The movement forward. Once we get the players, I think it's going to get better, even under Carrick. I'm not against Carrick, but he needs really good players to keep winning or to have a chance. Especially next season, it's going to be really different, and I don't know if we're going to get a new manager, and if we get a new manager, who? Because I don't think that the really good managers want to go to Manchester with our fucking current owners, because nobody wants to be a yes man, and especially not the good managers. They're not even going to be called manager, they're head coaches, right? So this is my opinion at the moment. Ruben never gonna come back, and it wouldn't make any sense anyway, not with those owners anyway. But I'm 100% convinced if he wasn't sacked, we would have the same results as now, and maybe even a little bit better. Maybe we wouldn't have a draw against West Ham. Probably would have won that. I think we would still be in the FA Cup as well, you know what I mean? Because how many times he did have all his players at hand? There were times they were missing, and then to get everything running, it's always going to take some time. And I think he was almost there at this point, but then he said what he said and he got sacked. So yeah, but if you have a different opinion, just let me know what you think. Do you think Carrick can keep up winning with this team, with this midfield? I don't think so. But yeah, shall see. Alright, that's it. Thanks for joining in. Cheers.